Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Dennis. I'm a candidate for Richland 2 School Board, and this is my podcast. These podcasts are gonna talk about a lot of things, from basically platform stuff to things school boards talk about to items to help your kid. Because that's why I'm running for school board, is to protect our children out there. So safety is one of my ground running fundamentals, okay? And what I mean by that is, it's one of the things my platform is based off of, is safety. Now, safety in person at school is one thing, but safety at school, at home, and in space is a whole nother thing. So I'm talking about cyberspace. When I was in the military, they talked about cyberspace way back when we was first getting emails and things like that, and I didn't understand it, and I've had my identity taken once or twice. But as I got older, we learned more about it, and now I think I am a very smart person when it comes to cyberspace, about what we can and cannot do. Cyberspace is anything that has to do with the internet. So it's not just the desktop, it's not just the laptop, it's your phones, it's anything that connects to the internet. Okay, so we use internet for all sorts of things, such as banking and shopping and ordering your food. Kids use it for video games and watching TV now on smart TVs. So even our TVs are connected to the internet. And doing homework, researching homework at school and at home. So, when I was looking up a lot of this stuff, I found a key fact out there from the National Cybersecurity Alliance, is that the kids from age 8 to 18 spend over 7.5 hours online per day, which means if they sleep 8 hours per day, and you break that up into 3 segments, okay, 33% of their time is going to be asleep. The other 33% of their time is going to be not online, and the other 33% of their time will be online. So of the 66% of their time that they're awake, half of that is spent on the internet, okay, in some form, okay, online. Now, there's a lot of common sense things that you can do to help 3 areas, which are cyber predators, cyberbullying, and identity theft. The common sense thing that comes into the biggest thing that you can teach, and it's not just about cybersecurity, okay, and cyberspace, it is about real life stuff, is don't talk to strangers. If you're getting emails, and explain to your kids, if they're getting emails from strangers or people's talking to them, they don't know who they are, then don't talk to them. Okay, that's one of the biggest things, because if they are talking to them, they can get that personal information that they need to stalk, to also get your kid out of the house so they can be abducted, and also figure out identity theft for your kid, which means they can take that social security number when they figure it out and do all kinds of harm out there. They can start a fake life with your kid's social security number, and you'll never know it. Okay, until your kids needs to use it to start their credit when they get older. And by then it's going to be too late. And you're going to have a lot of work to do to get that cleared out. And that's just one of the things that we don't need to do. Now, it's not just about the computers and the TVs, it's mobile security. So a smartphone, if you got your kid a smartphone, that is one of the biggest things, because they're using those smartphones to play video games, video chat, surf the web, use their apps such as Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Now, here's the key thing, though. Facebook and Instagram, if your kid's not of age, they probably shouldn't have it. I don't even know what the age is. I think it's 13. If they're not 13, they're not supposed to have an account. My kids do not have an account, and I don't think I'm going to let them get an account for a while. Maybe when they're closer to driving, we'll let them get on there so they have one, but anything that they do have that we do will be locked down so tight that only family can see it, because you have those settings. And the same thing goes with your phone and all those video games, such as a PS4, PS5 now, not a PS3, but a PS5. You can set the control settings in there where you and another parent can connect those 2 devices together, where only your 2 children can talk, and you can lock out everybody else. That way you can have the oversight of it. And same thing with emails. Your kids don't need multiple emails. They just need one. They'll have their school email. Then you probably need another email for them for later on in life. Make sure it's a good used email, so it doesn't look weird later on in life. And then from there, monitoring your child. Monitoring your child on these devices is one of the biggest keys, okay? Keeping your kids off weird sites, making sure they're not talking to people, that is the key. Talk to your kids about being responsible children and growing up to be responsible adults, which means, they got to do the right thing. So, talk to them about, don't talk to strangers, okay? Think before you start clicking on things. If it doesn't look right, doesn't feel right, don't click on it. Don't click on any links out there unless you know it's the correct link, all right? And one of the biggest things that, I learned, if it's too good to be true, then it probably is. So that means stay away from it. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And that's one of the cores that you should be teaching your kids out there anyway. So you can do a lot more research, and you can talk to your schools, and you can talk to Richland too, because they do have pushes for cyberspace and things like that help protect your kids at school. But the ultimate thing is, even though they pay a lot of money for these monitoring services and making sure people can't get the kids' email and things like that, there's always something that happens. And if you're not checking it and you're just relying on a computer that does deep fakes and, AI and stuff like that, then that's probably not the best thing to do, because as a parent, you probably need to be looking over that stuff. Some parents choose not to. And fine on them if they want to trust it, but I'm not going to trust anything other than my own eyes, because somebody said, well, pictures, they don't tell lies. Actually, in today's world, pictures do tell lies. There's plenty of deep AI fakes out there that paint people in different aspects, celebrities and politicians, and it's really sad, because we have a lot of people out there that really mean good, but they get painted in a bad light because of some AI generated picture or some AI generated video, and it's just very bad for everybody involved and everybody out there. And I wanted to go on more and more, but I'm going to try to keep these podcasts at 10 minutes or less, and I think I've hit the nail on the head with the cybersecurity thing. As parents out there, make sure you're always double checking everything for your kid. Talk with the teachers, make sure everything's going all right there. The key to communication is between you and the school system is key and detrimental to the fact that we keep our children safe. Because remember, most of the time, kids are at school, but when they come home, it shouldn't stop once they come home. We should be watching after them once they come home. So that's all I got. Hopefully you guys tune in. More things to come out. My website will be going live. I'm hoping within the next 20 to 30 days I'll have my website live, and I'll have all my stuff out on there, what I'm running for and things like that. And a lot of people's heard me speak at the events, and they've seen me at Richland too. And I don't go to any more of the board meetings because they stream it online, so I choose to watch it online as I'm coaching baseball, because I'm involved in our local community, and my son plays baseball, so they need coaches, so I'm doing that as well. But it's just easier. When things do happen, I do show up at those events. It was a week or two ago. I just magically showed up. It was a little bit late because I was stuck in some traffic, but I did show up, and I was watching the whole thing on online. It's a good thing that they do that. And keep in mind, if you guys are out there and you want your board members to know something, the best thing you can do is just go to the Richland 2 website, look at the board members, grab their email, and send them what you want them to hear. Okay? A a lot of times parents cannot and community members cannot make it to these meetings, and I wholeheartedly know that it is tough because I used to sit on the board of I used to be the planning commissioner for Richland County, and it's hard for people to get there at your meeting times. And even when and they recently just changed the meeting from 3 to 6, and now I've heard people, well, I liked it at 3 because I can make it. Now I can't make it at 6. You can't appease everybody, but you can do what you can to help people. And the biggest thing is you just send that email, whatever you need, to them if you have questions for them. And also, reach out to the school district if you've got questions. They do have policies on cyberbullying and things like that, and I think the policies need some readjusting. But ultimately, they're a good policy. I would like to see some things readjusted based off of newer things that have come to light. That's the only reason why I'd like to see a lot of that. But I think the kids are ultimately well looked after at Richland too. I think our new superintendent is doing a great job. I think our school board has started to come together a little bit more. But I truly think that we need to make a step in another direction, not away from what they were doing, but just a better direction totally. And I am the candidate for that. And the reason why I'm the candidate for that is because I have the desire to do it. I'm retired Air Force. I have 2 children in school. My wife works in the school. My whole family's at school. If something happens at one of the schools that my wife is at and my daughter is at that same school, I could potentially lose my wife and my daughter. So safety is very much on my forefront. Very much on my forefront. And, my son over at a different school, because he's older, safety's on the forefront there. And, if you follow Twitter or anything like that, I got to remember to post things also on Facebook when I post it on Twitter. Things happen at middle school, and there's things that's said, and parents, when it comes to safety, please talk to your kids about what to say and what not to say when it comes with weapons and things like that. It's no fun causing pain and suffering for other people when it wasn't necessary, because all it needed was a talk to. So that's pretty much all we got. I'm going to let y'all get off here. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully be doing this. I want to do it once a week, sometimes maybe twice, because I also have another podcast that I'm starting up for my business, which is real estate. And it's going to be called Real Talk, which I think will be pretty cool. It's going to be one of the first ones on that one is actually cybersecurity for wire fraud, because I've seen it happen to clients, not my clients, but I have seen it happen to other people's clients, and it's been a mess there. But that's all I got. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. You share it around. I'll have it. They will be posted more to YouTube, and we'll go from there. So hopefully y'all have a wonderful day. And I always got to remember to look up in this camera, because the camera's a little bit higher than it is lower, and I just because myself is in front of me right now. So, but that's all I got. Hopefully y'all have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions, definitely reach out on Messenger or through my email. The email can be found on my website, which will be coming live, but it's also on Facebook. I'm not going to say it out loud because that means a lot of people get it. So you just got to figure out my Facebook. Those of you that live in Richland 2 community in South Carolina, you'll be able to find my Facebook a lot easier than the random guy watching YouTube out there trying to cyberbully me or something. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.